I have been fascinated by chakra temples from the moment I discovered them. Originally, I called them landscape temples, and I have written about them in several articles. And if you're interested, the links are below the video so that you can read them. I changed the name from landscape temples to chakra temples for several reasons. The name landscape temple comes from geomancy and describes temples based on areas with chakra energies, like the one in this image. This is from the work of Peter Dawkins. Peter Dawkins is very well known for his research on this subject. While in most cases these observations hold true, these are not the temples I'm interested in, and also not the ones that I describe. To understand the chakra temples and help you to understand them, I must share something about the chakras of Mother Earth first. When we talk about chakras, we speak mainly about the 7 chakras of our physical body. The term seems to belong solely to our system, although some people also talk about chakras in animals. This slide summarizes the 7 major chakras that you can find in almost all books and in many articles on the internet. People are hardly aware that our chakras reflect and resonate with the energies of Mother Earth. She is the one who holds the chakra energies. And we have these energies also built into our system. But if you want to understand the full potential of what chakras are and how they work, we need to look at the chakra system of Mother Earth, a system of lines, vortexes, and energy fields. From the moment the first souls incarnated into the Earth system, they were fascinated with this chakra system. They discovered that chakras are frequency bands that hold ways to interact with the complexity of the Earth phenomenon. They were aware that if we want to fulfill our purpose on Earth, which is supporting Mother Earth on her evolutionary journey, they needed to understand chakras. This image shows a location created by people a long time ago that holds all 144 chakra frequencies of Mother Earth. Fortunately, we do not need to understand all these frequencies of this chakra system to understand chakra temples, as the temples always simplify this complex system. Now we can look at the system of Mother Earth, but to understand that system, we can also look at our system as it is a perfect reflection of hers. We have 4 main energy bodies. A physical body that consists of a physical, etheric, and astral body, an emotional body, a mental body, and a spiritual body. And this system of 4 major energy bodies has 12 chakras. And we see the same situation with Mother Earth. Even though each of her chakras has 12 sub-frequencies. But in reality, that's also true for ours, meaning that both Mother Earth and we hold 144 chakra frequencies, 12 in each 12. In each of these 4 worlds, people created chakra temples. The locations within these temples were often used several times, even in different worlds. The ruin in this image is from this world, And it is located on a third chakra vortex that was first used in the second world. Chakra temples were a way to learn to interact with all that exists in your world. We are still learning how to do that, how to interact with our world. And in all honesty, we do that from a very limited, minimal perspective. Learning to work with Mother Earth's chakra energies helps bring our chakras to a more optimal functional state. But even more important, we learn to better interact and communicate with all that exists on this planet. We don't make chakra temples anymore. There are very, very few examples, but it is definitely not part of our culture. That was quite different in the past. Even in our world, in earlier times, people made them. And I like to give a few examples, and starting, of course, with examples from our world, the fourth one. These chakra temples are often connected with ancient cities or structures. Most of them are based on 7 chakras, the 7 chakras of our physical body. Often at are famous places that you can still visit. Like, for example, what you see here is a temple in Mexico, Teotihuacan. And this particular picture shows the 3rd chakra of that temple, the Pyramid of the Sun, which is the largest structure in the whole temple, chakra temple system. Another chakra temple at a very famous place is this one in Machu Picchu. This is a picture of the Intihuatana, or the sunstone. This is again a 3rd chakra of this temple. This 3rd chakra vortex was already used in the first world. At that time it was not part of a temple, so we can say that the people of Machu Picchu built their temple around this very powerful 3rd chakra vortex. I can give many more examples of chakra temples in our world, but I wanted to mention one more, as it is pretty different from the previous ones. That's the one that you see here in Ohio, created by the mound builders. These people knew about chakras because they made this complex, and it's a complex of mounds that hold the locations of the 7 chakras. The black arrow shows the place of the largest mound, and by now you may be able to guess it is the 3rd chakra. There is no doubt that the 3rd chakra was very significant for the ancient people of our world. We go now to something totally different. This is a very old church from the Netherlands. It is a church that's built on an ancient pagan site, but it's also the site of one of the chakras of a chakra temple. And chakra temple, again, with 7 chakras, which was created in the 3rd world, the world that's often called Atlantis. In the Netherlands, all 7 chakra sites has a church. This one is on the 6th chakra. So as I mentioned, in the 3rd world of Atlantis, all chakra temples that I've found so far seem to have 7 chakras. This is another example, this time from Denmark. And for the full description of this temple, see the reference to the article below the video. This temple is spread over more than 100 miles. It is the largest that I have found. This image is of Furkat, which is believed to be a Viking borough, but it is a much more ancient site, and it actually holds the fifth chakra of this temple. We move back to the Sedona area, and what you see here is a seventh chakra of a chakra temple from the second world, and that world we call Lemuria. I used to describe that chakra temple as the Sedona landscape temple, and again there is a reference down to an article that I wrote about it. It's actually the most complex system that I have found. When you look and go beyond the second world, it turns out that there are even parts that belong to the first world. When we look at the complex system, it is obvious that it's more expanded, but it's still based on the 12 chakras, even although there may be more locations involved. In this image, we look at one of the chakra vortexes of the oldest temple I have found so far. This one is located again in the Sedona area, and it belongs to the first world. This is a sixth chakra, one of the 12 chakras of this temple. This temple is not very large, it covers only a couple of miles. And as you can see at the wall, there is a ruin of the Pueblo people, and that indicates that the recognition as sacred place even happened in our fourth world. Actually, this is one example of a place that is used in all four worlds. The examples that I've given help you to understand that people recognize the importance of connecting with the energies of Mother Earth's chakras vortexes. It is to us to do the same to understand how to interact with all aspects of this beautiful planet.